Can you guys hear me? Just type in the chat box if you can hear me. Hold on. All right, I'm trying to figure out if you guys can hear me or not. Okay, Joanne can hear me, so hopefully everybody else can too. I'm just going to give everybody another minute or so to jump on and to sign into the chat feature. Oh, Caitlin can hear me too. Yay. Hold on, I'm trying to see. I'm thinking that you guys can't see my whole face when I get too close, so I'm trying to like back up. One second. I'm just trying to get my bearings. This is a new, what the heck is it called? Web program, I guess. I used to use AnyMeeting, and now they started to charge if you wanted to have a recording. So I stopped using that, and I went back to Ustream, which is what we used to do our meetings on all the time. So hopefully this works, and hopefully it records, and then the people that missed it live can watch the recording later. All right, well, I'm just going to jump right in, and if people come on as I'm talking, then that is perfect. So, thank you. Hi, Monica. Thank you for coming on tonight. I think that there was a big response to the webinar because I haven't done one in so long. It's been a little bit of a crazy year for me. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but it's just been a crazy year, and that's certainly not an excuse, but I haven't had a ton of extra time or focus to do a bunch of these webinars, but nothing gets us more excited and ready than our busy season, right? So here we are, and I've been really focusing on trying to build my own business up again because sometimes when we get into slower seasons like the summer and we get into slumps, it's hard, and we have to start working on our own calendars and our own parties and follow up with our customers and those types of things. So I hope you guys don't feel like I've neglected you at all, because I certainly check in on you all the time and want to be there to answer your questions whenever I can. And I know I text a lot of you often, so I hear from you, and just know that no matter who you are, no matter what, I'm always here, and whenever you I'm trying to figure out who people are from their usernames. It's getting a little bit tricky. When no matter who you are, no matter what your situation is, no matter when you get in a jam or if you have a question or whatever, I'm always here. So just because I may not always be online doing webinars and having team meetings at my house and things like that, I'm never far from any of you, and I'm always here to help. So that never changes no matter what. But with that being said, I'm going to shut up, and I am just going to jump right in. So first of all, I am already sidetracked from my original agenda because I wanted to show you guys. Now, when I first joined Scentsy, my sponsor is Jen Audette, and Jen had a Scentsy room, and I was so envious of Jen's Scentsy room because all I had was a closet in my family room, which worked well, and I had a desk and a computer and everything, but I really, really, really wanted to have a Scentsy room and a Scentsy office that was all Scentsy and all mine. But at the same time, I also wanted to have a spare bedroom with a queen size bed in it that I could have when guests stayed over and things like that. Well, I'm happy to report that I am currently sitting in my Scentsy room. I finally bit the bullet and dismantled and destroyed my spare bedroom. I got rid of the queen size bed. I got rid of the furniture that was in here, and you know, it really feels like a huge accomplishment for me because it's something that I've wanted since I started Scentsy in 2009. So it's been a long time, and I just got it. I just finished it in September. So I was super excited, and I feel like I reached like a Scentsy milestone or something. You definitely don't need a Scentsy room or a Scentsy office to be successful. Obviously, I know tons of people that don't have one, but I just thought I'd let you guys know that I'm sitting in my little Scentsy room, and I'll try to give you guys a little tour just so you can see what it looks like, because I don't know, maybe you're queer like me and you get excited about stuff like this, but I'll take the camera off the thing real quick and try to give you a quick tour, so in case you're curious. Oh, okay, sorry if you get sick in the meantime. So I am sitting at my desk, so I have my laptop with my basket full of door prize slips, which is totally ridiculous, by the way. They're all grouped by event, which is insane. It looks like a total disaster, but it's actually totally organized chaos. And then I have over here my Scentsy warmer and my some postcards that you guys may see in the mail every now and then. I have my top shelf up there. I have all my convention warmers. And then on the middle shelf, I have some accomplishments that I've reached. The thing on the left is all the trips I've earned. And that middle thing is a gift. It says generosity, simplicity, and authenticity. I have little memorabilia from trips that I've been on, and some cards from some people. And then around here I have my could not live without shelf. This is a 4-tiered rack that I bought at Lowe's or Home Depot. So the top 2 shelves have all my basket parties, and then I have all my catalogs and order forms and testers, and then all my tote bags on the bottom. And then if you go all the way around to the back of the room, it's my Scentsy closet, which is a total disaster, but it works. And then over on my right, I have all of my amazing books about how to be successful. And then up on my window, I have Heidi and Orville staring at me, along with some things from convention and Jen Audette. And then I have an empty photo frame that needs to be filled. So that's my quick 2-minute tour of my new Scentsy room, and I hope that you guys enjoyed my tour and didn't get too dizzy. I literally have been trying to make this happen for over 4 years, so yay for me. That is what we call a yay in Scentsy, right? And then when you guys get one, you'll have a yay for you too. So okay, so jumping into tonight's webinar training topics. Now I am going to start out with some accomplishments from the month of October. Now I did send out our team newsletter on, when did I do that? Saturday, I think. I did Scentsy all weekend long. I swear at one point I came out of my Scentsy coma, and I was sitting in my living room, and with the not that we had set the clocks yet back, but you know how it started to get dark early. I had been doing stuff for so long that I looked out around me, and I was sitting in a pitch black living room with no lights on in my entire house, and it was pitch black outside, and I was like, okay, I need to get a life. So that's why I posted so much, and that's why I got our newsletter done, and that's why I was able to book some parties and do some other things. But sorry if I was annoying any of you. So anyway, moving on. Our team newsletter went out, so if you didn't check your email yet, check your email. And okay, I am so distracted by comments because I want to read everything. Wow, vertigo is setting in. I have been working on mine the last few days. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry. I wonder if there's a little bit of a delay and it's making you guys. I think there's a delay on the chat. Okay. So I'm going to stop reading the chat and I am going to move forward. So, with the month of October, we had some amazing things. And quite honestly, when I was picking the top 10 PRV, there were PRVs in the whole top 25, 30 consultants out of my group that I was completely amazed by because you guys just absolutely rocked it. And I try to narrow it down to 10 so that the newsletter isn't 15 pages long. But you guys seriously killed it in October, and I have no idea what you're going to do in November, and more importantly, what you're going to do in December, because for the last few years, my December has always been bigger than my November. So just keep that in mind. It does not end after November. It very, very, very much so goes into December. So just to reiterate what was in the newsletter, just for fun and to recognize our top sellers. So top sales for the month of October was Monica Luce. And she had just over 3,400 PRV, which is amazing. That is like, woo, that is crazy, girl. So good for you. And I hope you have lots of caffeine for when all those parties arrive on your doorstep. Next, it was Megan Perrin from Vermont. Hopefully Megan's on. And then we had Joanne Knowles from Massachusetts. I know she's on here. Chelsea Karen from Vermont. Jenny Randall, Carly Fallows, Andrea DeRoy, all from Maine. Taylor Murch, Jessie Pratt, and Bridgetta O'Neill, I think is how you say her name. So that was our top 10 in sales for the month of October. And then we had 2 consultants who each got a recruit. We had Carly Fallows and Melissa Clucci. So Carly and Melissa, congratulations on your new recruits. New team members. So Carly welcomed John Nolan, who has been thinking about joining for a while, and he has finally jumped off the fence and onto Carly's Scentsy team. So welcome, John, and welcome to Amanda Hebert, who signed up under Melissa Clucci. And I actually got an email from Amanda today. She wanted to chit-chat a little bit, so hopefully she's on tonight. And then real quick, we had one person join in September who was my newest recruit, and that was Alyssa Neely, and she is doing amazing. So I just had to give her a little shout out. She's just dollars away from being certified in her first month and a half as a consultant. So, yay, Alyssa. I'm glad that you took the plunge. And then, during October, we had one extremely exciting promotion, which was Cassandra T. Burge. Sorry, I just murdered your name and I've known you forever. Got promoted to lead consultant, which is super exciting. A very small percentage of people actually ever make it past certified. So that is a huge accomplishment. And congratulations to you and your team member who made that happen. And then certified consultants during the month of October were Chelsea Blood, Michelle McManus, and Rebecca, who I believe she also goes by Becky Michaud. I'm so bad with names like that. So please forgive me. But congratulations to the 3 of you. So when you become certified, you instantly get a 5% raise for the rest of your Scentsy business. So when we all start out, we make 20% commission until we sell our first $1,000. And you make the extra 5% the month you make certified. So for those of you that went certified in October, your October paycheck will be 25% commission. And then going forward, it will be the same. So that is an amazing accomplishment. Anytime anybody promotes, it is something worth celebrating. And oh, Amanda is on. Okay, I had a feeling that might be you that had the MAND in your username. So hi, thank you for joining us. Okay, so moving on. I was going to, let me follow my list here so that I don't get sidetracked. I'm going to have to put my glasses on because I'm getting old. All right. Oh, I wanted to talk about some news real quick. So during the month, every month, Scentsy has a host exclusive. So make sure you're checking. Okay, so 3 things you have to do every single day when you're a Scentsy consultant. Pretty simple, but you have to do these 3 things every day. 1, you have to log into your workstation. You got to read through the news tab, the resources tab. Definitely hit up the training center if you have free time. You could spend an entire lifetime in that training center and never learn enough about being a Scentsy consultant. And you can learn more in that training center than you can learn almost anywhere else. So, okay, so 3 things you have to do every day when you're a Scentsy consultant. You've got to check your workstation. You've got to check your email and read them if they're from Scentsy or from me or from Jen Audette or from Becca Levi. Sometimes they get a little bit like, oh my gosh, why am I getting so many emails? But everybody's just trying to help. So read your emails, and plus customers might be emailing you. Your email is on your website. So got to check your email every day, and if you check it every day, then you don't get 5,000 that get backed up and then you never check them because you're overwhelmed because you know there's 5,000 in there. So you got to check your email. And you have to open the door to your business. So every single day you have to wake up and you have to open the door, turn the key, and say, today I am going to work on my Scentsy business. So check for the host exclusives. For example, for Scentsy Fragrance this month, bricks are back for the hostess. The hostess only can get that amazing deal on the bricks, which is so super exciting. I am going to definitely be taking advantage of that, as are some of our customers. My Internet Explorer is doing weird stuff right now. Bear with me. Okay. And then we have the Grace Adele has the host exclusive. It's the black and scarlet exclusive with the black bag and the scarlet jewelry, which is gorgeous. If any of you are not Grace Adele consultants and you want to host a party, reach out to one of the Grace Adele consultants on our team. We have a couple that are Grace Adele only that would be happy to help you out, and then we have many that are representing multiple brands that would love to do a party for you. So that is an option. Balada is having a holiday sale. So right before I jumped on this webinar, I actually, every Monday, Orville Thompson, the CEO of Scentsy, does a leadership call at noon, but I'm usually at work, so I can't listen. But I just listened to the recording right before this from 7 to 8, and he talked about Velada, and they are having a huge sale right now on Velada, so you can buy 6 chocolates and you get a warmer for free, or you can get 5 tubs of cheese for $10. So those are amazing sales going on now. Stock up. Velada is not going anywhere. There's a lot of rumors flying around that, oh, this must be bad if they have all this stock. It's not bad at all. He has assured us that Velada is not in trouble. There is nothing wrong with the product that they have. They just simply overestimated the consumption, and they have best by dates. The foods themselves don't ever spoil, so that's not an issue. It's just that they have a best by date that they want to just try to get rid of some of that stuff. The reason why he did explain that the reason why the free warmer with the deal is one of the curve or the pedestal, the white with the accent color, is because Rouge and Noir and the solid Velada warmers ended up being much more popular than they originally expected. They expected that the white ones with a little bit of color were going to be the top sellers because a lot of people want white in the kitchen, and then it ended up being the complete opposite. So that's why those ones are the free ones. And there's definitely nothing wrong with the product, and the raclette is taking off wonderfully. The rubs are amazing that go with it. If you've not tried Velada, this is the best month to buy the 6 bags of chocolate for $35 and get the free Velada warmer. So do that for sure. Tell your customers about it. And then the other thing you need to check every day, especially in our busy season and especially when things are changing every single day and everybody's doing so many parties, and that is the back order and sold out list. So make sure you're checking that under the news tab every single day. They're updating it as quickly as possible. And back orders are very normal. If you've never watched the video, I did put a link in the team newsletter this month about the Scentsy story video, and they talk about the fall of 2009. And those of you that have been on my team for a long time, you've heard this 100 times. But if you ever watch that video, and Mark Statsny is talking about November 2009, I always say, those of us that were consultants back then, it was torture. It was the most stressful thing you could ever imagine. It does not even come close to the Scarecrow warmer selling out or the Peppermint Dreams Handy Harvest thing being on. Like, that means nothing. Like, once we lived through November 2009, like, nothing that comes along can really ever top that. I remember, like, sitting on my dining room floor in tears, and it was snowing, and it was just, like, horrible. So, that was a back order problem. This is not a back order problem. What you do with back orders determines your success. And I am not saying that to try to mislead you in any way, shape, or form. But the way in which you handle back order situations defines you as a consultant, and it will totally dictate your level of stress. So the first thing I always tell everybody when anybody starts to get a little bit concerned about back orders, okay, sidebar, everybody has customers that they want to make happy. You are absolutely fantastic in having your customer's best interest in mind and not wanting to have to tell them that something they ordered is on back order. First of all, real quick, shipping times, 10 business days. So that means from the day it's placed, count 10 business days on the calendar, and that's how long Scentsy has to ship it. So for it to go from posted to printed to shipped in the workstation, and then you have to allot for UPS time. So I tell my customers 3 weeks, and if it gets there sooner, that is fantastic. But I never, especially during our busy season, I never say less than 3 weeks. I never say your order will be here in a week or two. I say it's the busy season, you're looking at about 3 weeks. And then if it's early, fantastic, they're happy. So that's the first thing about shipping. So don't bite yourself in the butt by over-promising an early ship time. You would be better off surprising them when it comes in earlier. So that's the rule about shipping. And then in terms of back orders, they're very normal. I mean, how many times do you go on whatever website and, you know, people that have kids and it's the newest toy and it's on back order, or, you know, you go to buy a bedspread on potterybarn.com and it's back ordered till Thanksgiving. Like, that happens all the time. So back orders are a very normal part of life. The only way to really handle a back order is to be honest. Don't ever lie and blame anything on Scentsy that you don't, you know, that's just completely bad. It's just a bad idea. So you never want to say, oh, they forgot to put it in the order, so I'm gonna have to reorder it, and it's gonna be a little bit longer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't ever want to do anything like that. And the same is true, like, if you actually should forget to order something. If you place a big order and you forget to order a room spray for someone, it will be better for you long term to be honest with the customer and say, I am so sorry, I forgot to order your room spray. That will do less harm than if you blame Scentsy and say Scentsy forgot to pack your room spray. So just little things like that, that just to keep in mind, like, especially as we get crazy and we get stressed out and we get forgetful, things happen. People are more likely to forgive you than they are likely to forgive a company. So as long as you follow up with great customer service afterwards, like, if I forget something, I'll be like, I am so sorry. And here's a wax mold, or here is a scent circle to make up for it. Like, I'll throw something in the bag to, make it up. But then what you always have to remember is, will this matter in 5 years? Like, these are candle warmers. These are handbags. These are chocolates and cheeses and kitchen appliances. Like, these are not do or die products that, like, people's lives are going to end if they don't have their Scentsy candle in 2 weeks. So just, put it all in perspective is what I'm trying to say. And I'm totally rambling about back orders, but it's only because I always see, like, the stress building around it. And I just want everybody to know that, like, don't stress. It's seriously not worth the stress. Just press on with pride. It makes you successful. It makes you find the positive and the silver lining. And just tell them, you know what? You have great taste. The item that you picked out is one of the most popular items we have. You're going to have to wait for it, but it'll be worth it because it is really good. Okay. So, anyway, that's that. And then in the newsletter and on the Facebook page, I posted a November challenge for each of you, and that is going to be a point system. And I'm trying to pull it up so that I can remember exactly what the criteria was. I should put my glasses back on, huh? Oh my gosh, I'm so blind. All right, hold on. Okay, so the November challenge, you can give yourself 3,000 points if you register for Spring Sprint during the month of November. Spring Sprint is like a mini convention in February, and the closest one to us is in Amherst, Massachusetts. I promise you it's worth the drive. There will be probably a ton of people carpooling down. You can jump in a car, or you guys can group together, or, you know, if I end up having a bigger vehicle to drive down, we can work that out as we get closer. But definitely register at $60 for a consultant and then $10 to bring a guest. You do get a very nice product package of spring and summer items, and a full day of excellent training. So it's very worth it. 2,000 points in the November challenge if you create a dream board and post a picture of it. So I did post a sample of mine on the team page, and you can email me a picture of yours, or you can post it on our team Facebook page. Give yourself 2,000 points if you sponsor a new recruit in the month of November, and I'm going to talk about recruiting in a couple of minutes. And then give yourself 5,000 points if you promote to the next rank during November. Promoting has the highest point value. Two things. One, November is the best month to promote. So if you're going to promote, you should do it this month, and you'll even get extra points for it. And then give yourself 1 point for every dollar in PRV that you sell during November. So if you sell $1,200 in product, you would get 1,200 points. So that is the status. The consultant with the highest amount of points is going to win. And should there be a tie, I doubt there will be, but I will cross that bridge when we get to it. So definitely participate in that. The prize will be good, and I don't know what the prize is. It's hard for me to pick a prize in advance because I never know who the winner will be, and with the different brands that we have, I need to make sure that it's brand appropriate. So that is why I hold off, but I assure you my prizes are always good. And Monica, I mailed yours this morning, and you should have it by Wednesday or Thursday. Probably Wednesday. Okay, so moving on. Orville at convention this year, when we were in Indianapolis, wrote down a quote. Orville Thompson is the CEO of Scentsy, and he is an amazing man and leader. And he said, "It takes time and consistency to create results. Every day, just try a little bit harder to become a little bit better." So I take that as every single day we can wake up and we have choices, and we can choose to work or not work, be proactive or reactive, to focus on things that are going to get us closer to our goals, or make excuses that will keep us from reaching our goals. And this is not me preaching from some sort of soapbox. I am completely 100% talking about myself when I talk about this stuff, and I'm really just quoting Orville. So please don't think I'm trying to act like I'm preaching to any of you. This is just like my take on things and how I've learned through my experiences with Scentsy. That I wrote the other day, what is the one thing you are most thankful for because Scentsy is in your life? And my true answer to that, when I think about Scentsy, I think, oh gosh, you know, all my paychecks have really made me be able to do a lot of things I wouldn't have been able to do. That's amazing. And then I think, oh, it's the friends. Like I've made so many friends. Like it must be my friends, but it's not. Okay, so like the most important thing that I have learned because Scentsy is in my life is that I am in complete control of everything that happens with my Scentsy business. If I slow down, everybody slows down behind me. If I kick it up, everybody else behind me kicks it up. If I'm booking parties and working hard and trying to book parties, I book parties. But if I stop trying to book parties, my calendar dwindles down. If I focus on finding somebody new to join my team, they join. But if I stop asking people, they don't join. So, I mean, I have really learned wholeheartedly that there is no such thing as like the, everything other than focus is just an excuse, and that's what I've had to get real with myself about, is that I would say, well, I've been through so much, or oh, I've had such a rough year, or oh, I'm just so busy and I don't have time, and blah 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 blah. Well, you know, we all have the same 24 hours in a day, and everybody's lives are a little bit different, but it's what we do with our time. You know, I sit there and I have heard people tell me, well, I don't have time to, you know, commit to Scentsy. um I gave this example somewhere the other day. um I had someone terminate off my team, and I said, please don't terminate. Like, just try to get your $150 in orders, and please try to remain an active consultant. Like, there's a reason you joined, and you may have forgotten that reason for a little while, but it's not too late to get started up again. And she said, I am sorry, I don't have time to work Scentsy because I am working 80 to 90 hours a week at my other job. 80 to 90 hours a week. That poor woman must have like no life if she's working 90 hours a week. That's why she needs Scentsy. And that's what people forget, is like they think that, oh, I don't have time to do Scentsy. You don't have time to not do Scentsy, because if you have to work 90 hours a week to support your family, you are missing out on tons of family time and tons of life in general, as far as I'm concerned, and you're adding just a ton of stress to yourself. So that's why you need Scentsy. And I'm totally rambling off topic, and this is what I do, but you know, always remember why you started. And if any of you are in a situation right now where you are feeling like this isn't going the way I thought it was going to go, or I don't know what to do, like this is harder than I thought it was, you're probably just doing the wrong things. You're spending too much time doing the wrong things and not enough time doing the right things. So I always say, like, Facebook is the worst place to book a party. So whoops, hold on. And the stream is pausing. Okay, I don't know what to do. Okay. Hopefully it stops. I don't know what to say. But anyway, so make time for Scentsy. And that's what I was saying earlier. Like, find that time in the beginning of your day. And I have always been that type of person that always talks to my team about goals, like setting goals, having goals. Hold on, you guys are chatting and I just want to check it real quick. Amen. Okay. Just making sure it's not frozen. People are always, I and people, whatever, I'm getting distracted, always talk about goals and how important goals are. And I will tell you that just very recently, I determined that if you take your eye off your goals, or God forbid you don't even have any goals, whether it's with your life, with your relationships, with your kids, with your Scentsy business, whatever it is, if you just say that you have goals, but you really don't have goals, then they're not goals. Because goals are something you're striving for all the time. Like, I would have told you 6 months ago that my goal is to become a superstar director with Scentsy. But 6 months ago, I was not working towards my goal, even though I was saying that was my goal. Does that make sense? So that's great and all, but it's really just a wish. I might as well just, blow out my birthday candles and be like, oh, I want to be a superstar director, and then blow out my birthday candles and think that it's going to happen because that's what I wished for. It's really the same thing. So what I've recently determined is that goals are fabulous, and everybody should have short-term goals, long-term goals. They should be written down. They should be posted where you can see them. They should represent your dreams and what you want out of life. And Scentsy can provide so many of those things. And I think I posted the other day about the dream boards. The reason why you should have goals and dream boards, and they shouldn't be really, your goal should not be a $5,000 paycheck. Your goal should be whatever it is you're going to do with that $5,000 paycheck. That's how you get motivated enough to find it. You need to find the spark. The $5,000 paycheck means nothing. It's what you know you're going to do with the $5,000 paycheck that really gets you excited. Are you going to buy a family vacation? Are you going to finally pay off student loans that are just literally stressing you out every month? Are you going to make a car payment or a mortgage payment? Or are you going to pay for your family's entire Christmas with a paycheck? Like, those are the things that get people excited, and those are the things that make people want to work. So those are the things that you need to focus on. And then you need a plan of how you're going to do it, because if your plan is to get a $600 paycheck and you don't have a team, you have to do $2,000 in PRV this month. And that's not unattainable. That's a very realistic goal. That's a great goal. I wish that every single one of you would aim for $2,000 PRV every single month, because there are plenty of consultants that do it and they get that $600 paycheck every single month. Then you have to break down and say, okay, so if I want to do $2,000, how do I need to do that? Okay, well, I need to have 4 parties that reach 500, or I need to, you can go through and do the math, and then you look at your weeks and you say, okay, what weeks am I available, and what days am I unavailable, and how am I going to fit these into my schedule? And then you have to go out and actually pursue those hostesses. And you're not pursuing people on Facebook in a status update. Let me just say that once and for all, because it doesn't work. Facebook status updates don't work, and if they do, you got very lucky, and it's not going to happen again anytime soon. And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer about Facebook. Facebook has a lot of great qualities. You can private message people on Facebook and address them personally. You can chat with them. You can do whatever you want. But I will guarantee you right now that just about everybody I know who is successful in Scentsy does not use Facebook to book their parties. You have to reach out on a personal level and book parties with people. You have to text them, you have to call them, you have to use tone of voice, email, personal messages. People love to ignore your Facebook posts about your Scentsy business, and people definitely love to ignore Facebook events to Scentsy parties. You should create them, but don't make it your only means of invitation, because you're going to be disappointed. And I am just being very frank about Facebook. It very rarely works. I had a Scentsy party at my house a couple weeks ago, and I mailed out all my invitations, and then I made a Scentsy Facebook event, and nobody RSVP'd on Facebook, but I still had 12 people here because I mailed out invitations to their personal home address, and they stuck it up on their fridge, and they knew that they were coming to my Scentsy party. So that's my rant about Facebook. Don't rely on Facebook. When I started Scentsy, Facebook had just started, and I didn't even ever think about using it for Scentsy. So I encourage you to do the same. You don't need Facebook. Okay. So, oh my God, it is 8:40. I have been talking for 40 minutes. All right. So plan your goals. Plan the steps to your goals. And this does not have to take you a long time. Take out your calendar. This is my calendar right here. And I just literally write stuff down over, oh my gosh, it's backwards. I write stuff down on the side here. Things I need to do to hit my goals. And I always write my goal on the month, what my goal is for the month. So this month, my goal is 2,000 PRV. And actually, I haven't updated this one yet. So 2,000 PRV. Wow, I'm really holding myself accountable by telling all of you this. And I want at least 1 recruit. So there, I wrote it down, and I told all of you. So there it is. Okay, now, real quick, how to Get parties. I'm not going to focus on getting parties right now. Bookings are the lifeblood of our Scentsy business, but with a little bit of effort right now, where it's the month of November, I feel like talking about booking parties may or may not be like, I feel like this is the month where you're going to get your sales as long as you focus on trying to book parties and get sales with Christmas coming. Like, just offer those free products all the time. But I will say that the key to success, and especially going into 2014, is you cannot leave a party without bookings. So you can't leave a Scentsy party without future bookings. That's what I always tell myself. I tell myself, if I leave a party without any parties booked, I failed. It was a horrible party. My sales could be $1,200, but if I didn't walk out of there with at least 2 or 3 parties, I totally failed myself and I failed my business. So that's just a good rule of thumb. You guys always will hear me being like, oh, get bookings, get bookings, get bookings, ask for bookings. Like, you have to ask, but you will get them. So this is that time of year where that's going to happen anyway. And I want to talk about promoting and recruit. And oh my God, if I can do this in 20 minutes, it's going to be a miracle. But, hold on. Okay. So, promoting. Promoting is one of those Scentsy topics that, like, it makes me exhausted thinking about it. Like, trying to think about how to best explain to all of you why you should promote. And it's not because I don't have the energy to do it. It's just, it seems, I don't know how to explain it. It's so important that I never can find the right words to make you guys believe me, if that makes any sense. So no matter where you are in Scentsy, no matter what you want from Scentsy, this is where it gets hard for me to talk about promoting. It is the single most important thing that we do. And it's difficult because we can't do it unless we have team members. The only way to promote without team members is to go from essential to certified. And that's where a lot of consultants stop. So it's hard for me to say, this is why you need to recruit and this is why you need to promote. Because there are people who sign up and they definitely don't want a team. And I think that those people don't realize that having a team is not a big scary thing. It is nothing to fear. You always have your director, me, your leaders, you're always going to have your Trisha Cooks and your Courtney Bains and your Jenny Randalls and there's Megan Perron, like Carly, like all these people, Stacy, that have teams within my team. There's this huge network of support, not to mention the Facebook chat pages where like consultants can just go on and ask a question at any hour of the night or day and they're going to get an answer in like 5 minutes. So like there's really no reason to fear it. We're all given the same opportunity with Scentsy. And that's what's awesome about Scentsy is that like I can never look at Jen Audette, my sponsor, and be like, oh, she's making so much money off of me. Because I have the same exact opportunity that she had to make money. We all have the same opportunity. You all have the same opportunity that I do. And that's why it's so cool is that like, well, all I did was build a team and all you need to do is go build a team. But it's hard for me to help people promote when I don't know what they want. So first and foremost, if you have time in the next few days and you listen to this and you watch this or the recording or anything, if you would like literally take a couple of minutes and let me know if you have interest in building a team, that helps me help you. Because I don't ever want people to think I'm forcing it on them. But then I know there's other people who really want it and they just don't know how. So I'm going to try to like basically, in a nutshell, pretend that all of you want to be superstar directors, but we're going to start one step at a time. And that's another reason why this gets so hard is that you take one bite at a time. You do not go from essential or certified to superstar director. You don't go from essential and certified to director. All you ever should focus on is that next step. So if you're an essential right now, just focus on what it takes to become certified. If you're a certified, just focus on what it takes to be a lead. And I have this great chart that I just found on one of the star director pages today, and I'm going to post it on our team page, and you're going to love it. It gives you, I had someone texting me the other day, and she's like, okay, I am so close to promoting. How much exactly does my entire team need to sell in PRV so that my GWV gets me my promotion? And I found the chart that has all that information, because once she asked me, I'm like, that would be really good information to have. I'm going to go looking for it. And guess what? I found it, because Scentsy rocks and all the consultants help each other. So I found it, and I'm going to post it, and it tells you what you need to do to promote. So my challenge for you during the month of November is to promote. And the reason why is because you're going to feel so amazing about yourself. If you're certified and your next step is lead, you have to find somebody to join your team. So why do you want to find somebody to join your team? Well, you want to because you get to go along on the journey and help somebody else do what you're doing and what you love. You would not be watching this webinar right now if you did not love being a Scentsy consultant. If you hated it, you wouldn't be watching it. So if you love it and you are enjoying the benefits of being a consultant, go share it with somebody else and say, hey, jump on my team. I'm looking for people right now. I'm hiring. I'm doing this. I will say that people ask me all the time, how do I recruit? A few things. And I wrote them down, and now I have to find them because I'm like a squirrel looking at my screen right now. Hold on. Talk less. Listen more, and ask questions. Those are the 3 tips to recruiting that people say, what's the secret? There is absolutely no secret. You say a few important things, you ask questions, and you listen to what they tell you, and you give compliments. That's it. That's all you need to do. So if you see somebody that you think, okay, first of all, the first question you need to ask yourself is, are you upset that somebody asked you to join? And if the answer to that is no, which it should be, because again, you wouldn't be on this webinar if you weren't glad to be a consultant. So somewhere along the line, somebody said, you should sell Scentsy, or I want to have you on my team, or you were a host or a guest and you said, I want to do that, okay? Do you ever regret that moment? No, I do not regret the 15 million emails that Jen Audette sent me, begging me to sign up, and I put her off for 6 months because I thought she was crazy. I don't regret that at all, and I'm not mad at Jen because she offered me the opportunity. So that's what you need to remember. Don't be afraid of no's. I read this today from Orville, and I loved it. No, it wasn't from Orville. It was from Mary Christensen. Hearing no thank you will not keep you from success. Being afraid to hear it will. And I love that because I ask people to host and join all the time, and they're always like, no thanks. No, they have their reasons. And that's totally fine. But it's when I decide that I don't dare hear them tell me no that I'm in trouble. So hearing no thank you will not keep you from success, but being afraid to hear it will. So you have to ask. If you are not feeling successful with your business, there are 2 fundamental problems. You're not doing the right things, and you're not talking to enough people, and so you're not saying the right things to enough people. So when I said earlier, talk less, listen more, here are some things that I would say. Have you ever thought about earning extra money on the side with a company like Scentsy? I know you love the product, and have you ever thought about it? So if I spot somebody and I say, that person would be good at Scentsy, then I will literally just ask them, have you ever thought about it? And I will listen to what they tell me. So if I don't ask that question, they're not going to approach me and ask me if I think they should join. But if I just say, hey, have you ever thought about it? oh my gosh, the things that start coming out of their mouth. They'll be like, oh yeah, actually, blah, 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 blah. I was just thinking about it. Or, no, I haven't. Why? Do you think I could do it? Or, oh no, I'm not a salesperson. And then I'm like, oh, I'm not a salesperson either. And like, I've never felt like I was a salesperson in 4 years. You got to love the product, and then it's just sharing the product. I don't ever feel like I'm selling people anything. And I'll say, like, there's such a stigma about the word sales. There's nothing wrong with selling things. Everything you buy is being sold. So why is there such a stigma about being a salesperson or not? Like, those are the things that I think that you wouldn't actually say. So, anyway, then there are, like, key clues. So you can say, what would you do with an extra $350 a month? And then you listen to what they say. Oh, I'd buy a new car. Oh, I'd put oil in my heating tank this winter. You listen for those things, and then you say, okay, I can help you with that. And then they're probably going to tell you that, they don't know enough people. And what I always say is, I started my business with friends and family, and today I don't know half the people I do parties for, and I never knew half the people on my team before I joined. Like, honest to God, I'm going down through the list of people that are logged into this chat right now, and there's not one name on here of somebody that I knew. Actually, Caitlin. Caitlin's the only person I knew before that I know outside of Scentsy. So if I can have a team sitting here listening to me ramble on like I am, of people that have either never met me or I would have never known them without Scentsy, then why can't all of you? You can. We're all given the same opportunity, and it will happen as long as you talk to a lot of people and you ask things that prompt them and spark them. Just think about it. Like, if I want to say something to spark somebody, what am I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about their family. I'm going to talk about their income, the things that stress them out. All the things that Scentsy can do to help you, those are the things you focus on when you're recruiting. And you compliment them for the characteristics that they have. Those are the steps to recruiting. It's literally asking enough people and finding out why it can help them, explaining to them how it can help them, that it will help them if they work, and then coaching them and helping them and introducing them to all of us and all the Facebook pages and everything like that once they join, and getting them to pull the trigger. So, a lot of people ask me, what do I, that's kind of what I say. I always compliment people too. Like, I'll say, you have such a great personality. You would be good at this. Or maybe they don't have a good personality, but they're very organized. Say, you are the most organized person I know, and you would be good at this because I can just tell you'd be so organized, you'd do a great job. Or there's so many possibilities. Oh my gosh, you would make the best consultant because you are my best customer. And nobody makes a better consultant than somebody that totally loves the product. Amanda's on here right now. She told me in her email earlier today that she owns 8 warmers and that she just loves the product, and that's why she wanted to join. So, and she has other goals too, but like, that's why these people are everywhere that love this product. So get them on your team. Ask them. Don't assume that they don't. And don't rule out your friends and family either. Orville said on the training that I watched earlier that while they were building Scentsy, the business, they were also building Heidi's downline. And it started out with like 4 or 5 of her closest friends, and then it turned into like 100,000 people. So just remember that. Okay, so people will ask me, what do I put in a recruiting packet? So once you have somebody that shows interest, you give them a packet of information immediately. The time in which you follow up is huge. You need to get something in their hands immediately when they tell you that they're thinking about signing up. There is a very small window of opportunity between them showing that interest and you giving them materials that are going to help them commit to it and get them on your team. So what do I put in a recruiting packet? I have a jump off the fence and on my team flyer, which I will post on the page. It's a Word document, and you can update it to have your website right here. Oh my gosh, it's backwards. But it basically lists what comes in the kit, the total kit value, which is $274 for a $99 kit. So even if they don't decide to do anything, they're getting like a $300 kit for $99. And then on the back, it has Scentsy versus other direct sales opportunities. And then over here on the green panel, it has here are a few reasons why others chose to join Scentsy. Pay off debt, buy a new toy, make a car payment, save for a vacation, blah, blah, blah. And then up on the right-hand side, it has how much can I earn with your company, which I also include in my packet, the large version. And this is on our team page somewhere, but I will repost all of these together so that you guys know what I put in that packet. And then the third file that I put in there is the 2-year plan. Commit to Scentsy's 2-year plan and live in style. And you want to put your label on the bottom of all of these actually. And then I include the host and join brochure, a catalog, and a sample. If it's Scentsy, I do a wax sample or the scratch and sniff stickers to make it smell good, because honest to God, it's really that scent that sells everything so much. So yeah, I always put a wax sample in there too with my business card. So it's that simple. And then once they have the packet, then they start taking it seriously and asking the real questions, and that's when you like get closer to them actually pulling the trigger. And then you just keep following up and see if they have any questions until they jump off the fence and onto your team. So hopefully, what? Not here. Shut down everything else. Okay, sorry. I get so distracted. Okay, so I think she was having technical difficulties. Hopefully she can watch the recording. Okay, so that is what I put in a recruiting packet. The off the fence and on my team flyer, the 2-year plan, and the how much can I earn with your company. And then a catalog, a join brochure, and a wax sample. And if it's not a wax sample, it could be, you know, if it's Velada or Grace Adele, you don't have to put a sample of anything in there, just the information. And if anybody wants to create this for Grace Adele, you would just have to update the kit contents. The rest of it pretty much stays the same. You can update it as necessary. So that is what I put in a recruiting packet. And I challenge everybody to try to get a recruit this month, and you'll get points for the incentive challenge. So let me know if you guys have any questions about that. And I wanted to read, oh, speaking of recruiting, a lot of people think they can't. They think that they have a weakness. Well, Orville said something on tonight's call that I loved, and it said, never compare your weaknesses to other people's strengths. So take that for what it is, but you know, focus on what you're good at, and if you feel like you're not good at something, try to become great at it. But don't ever compare yourself to other people, because everybody has their own strengths and weaknesses. So no one is a failure if they can't do something that, you know, they want to do. You just have to keep trying. Failure is only, what does Orville always say? You can't lose unless you quit. So the only way to lose with Scentsy is to quit. And I love that saying. So we're all kind of born with the same potential, but you know, it's what you do and how you define yourself and different things in your character that kind of can, you got to step out of your comfort zone. And I will tell you that with recruiting, it can be very uncomfortable. You can feel very insecure and uncomfortable, but it's never a bad thing, and it's nothing to fear. And once you get your first recruit or your third recruit or your 10th recruit, you are going to feel amazing. And then I just real quick, if you have not read this book, please go on to Amazon or on your Kindle and buy it. It's called Be a Recruiting Superstar by Mary Christensen. If you've read the book, read it again. I don't think you can ever read this enough. I read this book a long time ago, and I didn't quite finish it. And then I didn't get any recruits after, and I was like, why didn't I get recruits? I read Mary's book, and it's supposed to make you get recruits. And then I realized that I didn't put into action the things that Mary told me to do. So I had to go back and read the book again, and then actually listen to what she told me to do and work it into my life, and then it started working. And my sister-in-law, Courtney Bain, who many of you know and love, is a living example that this book works. I lent her my book a long time ago. I think she borrowed mine. And she read the book, and the next month she recruited 6 people. And there's no way that just happened. She planned to recruit as many people as she could after finishing this book, and she recruited 6 people. And I was trying to put into words, and I'm almost done. I'll leave you guys with this, but I was trying to put into words for you guys why you want to recruit and build a team, and I couldn't quite do it, so I turned to my book. And I opened it up, and I had put a little star. See the star on the page? I had done that like 2 years ago, and I was like, oh, what did that have to say? And this is what Mary said, so listen up. Recruiting is the life force of any network marketing business. No matter how committed you are to promoting your products, there is a limit to how many people you can reach. Even if you are the greatest salesperson on the planet, there is a limit to the number of hours you can work. If you want to live a life that most people only dream about, you have to learn to recruit. And then she goes on to say, recruiting lifts the ceiling off of your income. The way to reach the highest income levels is to find and train others to sell your products and services, and to teach them to do the same. Income generated from your personal sales and the sales of everyone in your downline can be your fast path to financial freedom. So you can be the best Scentsy consultant on the planet Earth with $10,000 in PRV a month, but you are going to get burned out, and you can only service so many customers. So when you build a team, you are expanding your network. So instead of just you doing 10 parties a month, you can now have a little team working for you, and they're all doing parties, and you're still doing parties, but they're doing parties with you, and then their parties are helping you earn money. And that's why you recruit. That's why. Because eventually you will get tired of selling, and packaging orders. Don't get me wrong. Leaders still have to sell, and they still have to package orders. You don't get some free ticket out of all that fun stuff. But you do earn residual income off of the people that are on your team. And that's why it's so amazing, is that we all have the same opportunity. So I hope that I've shed a little bit of light onto why you want to promote and why recruiting is so important. And I hope that I've helped you a little bit in understanding it. Your best recruits are your hostesses, because they love the product. And I'm here to tell you that you're always better off to have someone on your team as a consultant than you are to have them as a hostess. It can be a very hard lesson to learn, because you think, oh my gosh, if I sign her up, who's going to do parties for me? You'll find a way to book parties. What you need is people on your team. So even your best hostess who does 4 parties a year and they're all $1,000, you are better to have her working for you as a team member than you are to be doing her 4 parties each quarter. So that's kind of that. I had a whole nother thing that I never even talked about because I underestimated the amount of things I had to say tonight. But I am going to post this recording for you guys. Share it with people that weren't on the call, or let me know what you thought about it. And I wish I could see all your faces. I'm going to have like a little team get together, maybe after the holidays, because we are just going crazy right now with Scentsy and all kinds of other Christmas parties. But I would love to get together after the new year and celebrate our big fall that I know we're going to have. So if I get the feedback that these are helpful and you like them. I will plan to do another one in a few weeks, maybe the beginning of December, after we have wrapped up November, which is usually one of the biggest months of the year. So, good night, happy selling. Go find a recruit or three to join your team, and set your goals on promoting, because everything else falls into place when you focus on those types of things in your Scentsy business. So, good night, and I will see you guys on Facebook. Bye bye.